All right. Hello, everybody. Today I am with my mentee, Alysha, who launched his practice in the last year in Minnesota. And we're going to talk all about how he did it and what's been working for him. If you don't know me, my name is Alysha. I'm a psych NP. I own a practice and I teach other psych NPs how to open practices as well. So tell me all about your practice and how many patients you have. Yeah, tell me all about it.
Well, first of all, thank you for this interview. I'm Elijah Yarpah. I have a practice in Minnesota. The very first, I know you're going to go in some of these questions, but I would just want to hit the nail right on the head because when I graduated, people would say you have to have 10 years experience, you have to have how many years experience. Well, my plan was not to work for another person. I've been working as an RN for 15 years plus. So going back to MP school, my intention was not to work, working for someone and go do the same old 9 to 5 job. So I just said, okay, how can I do this? While I was researching and I came across your group, it laid the foundation for everything that I actually wanted to do. Not one day that I even have to send a form or send something somewhere and someone question it to say, oh no, it's not the referral form, it's not the right thing you're doing, you're not having this in place. Everything is just in place. So I'm happy to be part of this group, and I will encourage other people. The nurses there, people will tell you like, oh, you have to have 5-year experience before you be able to work on your own. I know they have some, I say called like other state, I will tell you that you need to have like they have those restrictions, right? But with the information in place, meeting the referral people, you will know exactly how to navigate those restrictions. I think I can stop here for now until you, maybe if you have any other question, but I think things are going fine. And you said something about patient. Well, the thing is, you're not going to open and you expect thousands of patients start coming. There were other people that were in the business before you. They have already built their reputation. So you just have to be able to take your own time and gradually be able to grow your patient load.
Yeah.
And the good thing is the way you be able to approach them, that's how they're going to come back.
Yeah.
That's what I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So just providing really good care and having good relationships with your patients is going to help them, come
Right.
back and recommend you to other people too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you were a new grad when you opened your practice.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Tell me about anything that you were nervous about or anything you were worried about at that time.
Oh, well, the thing is, I would start like this. After school, in fact, no one taught you about business in school. Okay, they're going to teach you maybe the role of an MP and this, but if you come and say, okay, I think you want to do your own business like the way I was thinking, nobody's going to teach you. They teach you the clinical, all of the how to diagnose, how to do all of the assessment, but no one going to tell you, oh, this is what you need to do first to be able to own a business, right? My notion was it's not out of the time that you have to work for somebody. You should be able to create something for somebody to work for you too. So, but my fear was, okay, well, how do I approach the first patient? That was my fear. I think I came back to the group and said, hey, I open XYZ time, but I'm seeing my first patient. You guys have anything to tell me, like, what do I do to be able to approach my first patient? What would I be able to tell them? And right away, I have people coming in like, oh, you can use this phone, use this template, and use this and this. And I was like I would say a Superman, like everything went like, oh yeah, there's somebody who have been doing this for a very long time,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, seeing the first patient was it's a fear. I don't care. You work as an RN for a very long time. You have those interview skills. You have out of the assessment skill, but in that role, seeing your first patient, maybe other people experience may be different, but I think seeing my first patient was a very tough one.
Yeah. How did you get any like clinical support, or who do you go to for your, I know you go to us for your business questions. Who do you go to for your clinical questions?
Well, when it comes to clinical questions, yes, my state is restrictive. I think it's a partial, so we have to have collaborator. Now with the collaborator, the very first thing when I got the information that use this resource or to be able to get a collaborator, it didn't even take me too long. When I went to that group, they were like, in 3 weeks we can get you a collaborator, and it didn't even take up to that time. That person got right back to me, were able to sign the paperwork. So I would say that group, they are very good. They will tell you if you have a question, you ask them. Not everything that you learn in the school, sometimes it may not be applicable when it comes to like the clinical aspect of it. That's why the collaborator is there. And I have their cell phone number. If I have questions, and like I just text one of them and say, hey, this is what do I do in this? It's
So
not like they're going to give you the answer right away, but to see how your competency is, they're going to tell you, okay, what you think you could have done, and you explain. When you have problems, you'll be able to explain. They tell you exactly how things going to be. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Is that the group that I recommended, Advanced Practice Partners? Is it that group?
One, I think so.
Awesome. And then anything else that was really hard about setting up a practice? Was there any other parts that were really difficult?
I would say if you actually want to do this, you have to have the finance. You don't have to be super rich to be able to do it,
Yeah.
because all of what I'm saying here, it has to do with money. You got to be able to pay the collaborator, right? You have to be able to pay your malpractice insurance, all those money you have to have them. Even though you haven't seen no patient yet, you're gonna be paying those money.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy thing to say, okay, I think today I'm going to open this, and I'm not going to have any money somewhere, and this. At least you have to have a little bit of initial deposit for your business when you go to open your business account.
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
what I mean? Or else the bank will be charging you extra fees just for empty account. So you got to have something. Yeah, those are challenges that are the finance aspect of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Having to save money before you start, and yeah,
Right.
that makes sense. So did you keep working as an RN while your practice built up, or did you stop your RN job?
Now, yes, because as I said previously, when you start seeing patients, you're not going to have thousands of patients just start coming. I would advise or recommend to anyone, do not quit your job for the very first, maybe like the very first year you're going to be doing this. Do not quit your job. You struggle through doing clinicals, and you were working while you were doing clinical. Just consider this to be another clinical, but you are independent, seeing patient by yourself. The money is not coming like you think it's gonna be. There, soon if you're taking insurance, it takes time to credential through those insurance. So if you see the patient, it's gonna take some time. Not all of our patients will have money, to be able to pay for themselves out of pocket. So you still have to be waiting for that insurance. So I will tell you, do not quit your job. Up to this time, I'm still working at my place. I'm thinking like next year,
Yeah.
when bulk of these things are gone down, like, because I'll be done pretty soon with like having a collaborator. So when that one is gone, I'll be like, okay, I think I can reduce to 0.5 or 0.3 or, gradually until I transition into my role. But I would tell anyone, it is a challenge working, doing this at the same time you doing your RN job.
Yeah. So you have about at least a year crossover where, you
Right.
opened in January and we're recording this in October. So
Right.
you've been open for about 10 months. And so you're okay, great. So in the last 10 months, how many patients have you gotten?
Well, I would not probably throw out a number like that because it varies when it comes to months.
Yeah.
When I started first, sometimes I saw like 2 patients, 3 patients, but now I see the minimum of 5. I see 7. Sometimes I see 8. When I do like the total months, sometimes I will see up to 50 to 75 patients a month, which is really, going good. But as I said, the challenge there is the insurance, because you have to be able to credential through. And I would tell anyone, if it is something that you think you want to do for, like for a very long time, you will want to be able to credential yourself through this insurance or your group, instead of just like being with other organizations that after a while then they take away those patients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mean like working for someone else, or you mean like a third-party biller?
Right.
Both.
You can have somebody. You can have somebody building for you, which I'm doing right now. But those you should credential yourself instead of like maybe doing like 1099 through another organization, which is not a long-term plan at all. Yeah, that's what I see so far.
Yeah.
Instead of relying on those third parties, it's good you credential yourself.
Yeah.
And all those things has to do with having the finance to be able to do it.
Yeah. That makes sense. And so you started credentialing yourself. Did you start in January, or when were you credentialed?
Well, I think it was sometimes in April.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, April. Yeah.
Wow. So in 6 months, you've built up to 50 to 75 visits a month. That's really good. That's really good. How many insurances are you credentialed with right now?
I think I would say like 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
I have Cigna, Aetna, Medica, United Health. I think it's 4. United Health. I'm still fighting with Medicaid, like the state insurance. That's another one by itself. It takes the longest. You're gonna send this form, they're gonna say no, it's not like this. This is the old form. You gotta go back for this. I'm still waiting for them, but yeah.
Hopefully next year.
Right.
A while.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah.
So do you think that maybe sometime next year you'll be in a place where you're able to replace your RN income, or you feel like you'll be making more than you did before?
Well, that's my hope, and I think it's going to work, because I just slowed down a little bit, because I need to have some money, right? So I slowed down a little bit with marketing, but because it's one of them that carry a bulk of the money. So I'm trying to strategize what kind of marketing actually to do, not like the one that they're gonna send you patient not gonna show up and you still have to pay. Yeah, it's very frustrating. So I'm really looking for something genuine, and after that, if I can see consistent, like constant 5 patients a day, I'll tell you, I don't need to go back to I can transition and be working full-time what I'm doing right now.
That's good. 5 patients a day is way less than like a 12-hour shift.
Right.
You could make a lot more in less time. it sounds like. Is that what you mean, like a 12-hour shift or 8-hour shift compared to 5 patients a day? That's kind of like about what you're looking to switch to?
Right. If I can see 5 patients, consistent 5 patients a day, I can transition into my NP role and not do like 9 to 5 or yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Probably one thing for marketing that could be helpful is leaning into building a referral network and, reaching out to more therapists. Have you done that, or has that been helpful in the past?
Well, I would tell you is one of those strategies, right?
Yep.
One thing I learned from nursing school is you got to go by the checklist, right? So when I got those recommendations, as I said, because you're gonna get the information, we're gonna get the information from you, but the way we're gonna apply it, that's what's gonna make us to be successful, right?
Yes, it's all
So
different. All different per person. Yeah.
right. So when I got those checklists, I'm like, boom, boom, boom. This is what I need to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to the letter because I'm like, okay, I understand I have my own way of thinking, but let me trust the process.
Yeah.
And that's how I went through that checklist. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of them has to do with marketing. It's all spelled in your program, how to do marketing. In fact, I have few therapy around my area. In fact, I even collaborate with one of them. And I think I was pretty much like a blessing to them too, because guess what? They were seeing patients and they were not having nobody to prescribe for them. So they were like, oh, thank you for reaching out to us. We've been waiting for this opportunity. So now they refer patient to me. Once in a while, I see like 2-3 patients from them a month, which is a good marketing skill to like go in your area and like using the brochure and business card and start leaving it to places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Those things happen. Yeah.
Wow. And it sounds like you're just going to keep growing naturally because you already have this referral source and regular people that send you patients, which is good.
Right.
Sometimes it's just increasing the number of people if you want to get more patients. And then, of course, I'm sure patients find you through their insurance too.
Right.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So for anyone that is considering joining the mentorship program, what would you tell them?
I would say it's not one of those, what's social media speed, right? I would tell you, it's not one of those social media speed to say, oh yeah, we just put a group of people together to say, okay, come and bring your money, we're going to eat it to mentor you, and you're not going to get anything. It's real. I actually started from my home, like have an office in my home. I just moved 3 months ago, and I have an office now where patients can come and see me. So this is not to say something flow show to say, okay, yeah, I think they're just making up story. I would tell anyone, if you trust the process, go by the letter to say, oh, this is what I need to be able to do X, Y, Z. I would say trust the process. And then anyone I want to do this, trust the process. And sometimes they're going to say like, don't hear 15 years of nursing background. It has nothing to do with being a nurse practitioner. Yeah. I just came from school. It was August 2024, and I'm doing this. Nobody hired me as a nurse practitioner. So it means that if I have zero experience, if you want to do it, you can do it. Yeah.
That's very encouraging, I'm sure, for a lot of people that are in the same place that you were. So Thank you for sharing. Yeah. All right. So we'll end this interview with just saying, if anyone in Minnesota wants to send patients to Alysha, what is your website?
Well, my website is www.greatestpsychiatric.com.
All right.
And yeah. I still have the link open for self-booking, and they have area that if you have insurance, they have section that you can book. If you want to pay like private pay, the section is there. Or even if you want to book the appointment before, like do few consultation before you book the appointment, you have that privilege to be able to do it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for interviewing with me today, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you.